Greetings, I'm going to talk a little bit about DragonFly version 1.2. I had the original DragonFly, and original DragonFly was, to my knowledge, the first of the mini DACs, which are the USB thumb drive style DACs. Don't ask me why I have it wrapped up like this, but I carry it with me, so try to protect it. They have a little, real nice little leather sleeve here, but it's open on top, so dirt can get in. And getting this out of here is going to be a little bit of a chore, and hopefully the cap won't come off. Yes, the cap came off. So I have a little bit of a challenge getting the DragonFly out of its sleeve. Wow, got it. Anyway, I was thinking about putting it in upside down, but that wouldn't do much good either. The cap would probably come off and sit down in the bottom of that thing. Anyway, there it is. It's really nicely made, and it looks pretty similar to the original DragonFly. Has the headphone jack on the end, which also doubles as a kind of a line out if you're going to use it to connect to speakers or something like that. The original DragonFly also came with really terrific instructions on how to set it up with all these different operating systems: Mac, Windows 7, Windows XP, all these different things. And yeah, it's the sound of it. The thing I wanted to compare this to was the see, I went through about 6 of these. I had this is the 6th one. I had the head streamer, then I had the Audio Engine D1, D3, micro streamer, DragonFly 1 and 2. So the latest I had before this is a micro streamer HRT, and the micro streamer and the Audio Engine D3, both I thought were very smooth DACs that had kind of a, I wouldn't say they had a tube-like sound, but they had a much smoother sound than a lot of the earlier ones. This is, I don't know if I'd say it sounds as smooth, but it has a very detailed, very precise kind of sound that's, if you've got a headphone that's kind of mushy in the bass or something like that on a lot of other amps, it may just tighten up and sound really, really good with this. Anyway, the sound with this is really terrific. It works off the USB port on a computer like the Mac right here. My impression is, you know, if you're going to run headphones, these 2 efficient headphones I have here, which is the Grado PS1000E, and back there we see the Nighthawk, made by the same company as this DragonFly, which is AudioQuest. And let's see if we get a good look at that book right here. This is the well, this is just the box. Anyway, they have a PDF that you can put on your computer to have all that information on it. This has it lights up here with all the different colors depending on what kind of signal you have. I think purple's the highest, like 96K, and then down to green for the 44K, I think. Anyway, if you're going to use something like an iPhone or whatever to drive these headphones, they may sound a little bit weak or mushy or whatever, and then something like this DragonFly will definitely give you a much better sound, especially the AudioQuest Nighthawk. A lot of people have commented on the different amps that they're using with it, and not having a whole lot of success. But get a good amp like this, or even that micro streamer and computer, and you get a really, really good sound out of it. So anyway, that's a quick look at this little DragonFly version 1.2, and of course it plugs right into the USB port pretty easy. They do make a little extension cable for this called a Dragon Tail, and the point of that is if you have a really if you have a very thin light cable like this one right here, this is the cable number 2 for the Nighthawk. You can plug that in there to the DragonFly, and then you don't have to worry about plugging that into a USB port and letting the cable hang there because it's very light and it won't put any pressure on it. But if you have a different kind of cable, like let's say this really heavy cable for the Grado PS1000E, and even some of their other headphones have pretty heavy cables, then you plug this into the DragonFly, and if you leave this thing dangling on here, it can put a certain amount of weight on there, and under some conditions it might actually bend your USB port, either in your computer or in the DragonFly, although I think this thing is pretty rugged, it wouldn't bend very easy. So anyway, I think I've covered, I did a review on this a long time ago. I don't even remember if it's still online or not, but this is the DragonFly version 1.2, and it does have an improved sound, improved electronics, sounds fantastic, and it works with all the different computers, and it comes with this little leather carrying pouch here. And anyway, once this carrying pouch breaks in a little bit and this thing comes in and out a few times, I suppose it'll loosen up a little bit and it'll be easier to deal with. But anyway, very nice little gadget, and you can carry those with you anywhere, and don't have to worry about what kind of computer that you run into. Plug this in a USB port, go to your DragonFly instructions and configure the port for the sound settings and control panel or whatever for highest resolution and so on, and there you go. So that's the DragonFly version 1.2. Thank you very much.